Every trader has lost money they did not have to lose, not because the market was unfair, because they chased it back. You take one bad loss, you are angry, you are not thinking clearly, so you click buy again, bigger this time, to get it all back. That's a revenge trading, and it has destroyed more accounts than a bad strategy ever will. Here is what revenge trading actually is. It is not trading anymore, it is reaching your plan is gone. Your rules are gone. The only thing driving you is the need to prove the market wrong. And the market does not care about your feelings. So basically, the moment you trade to get it back what you have lost, you have already lost it twice. And here is where it gets dangerous, because after a loss, your brain does not think like it did before the trade. You stop looking at the chart objectively, you start looking for a reason to enter, you start thinking this setup looks good enough. Then you tell yourself, I will just make back what I lost, but that's not trading a decision, that's an emotional decision. Wearing a trading strategy as a disguise, and the market is one of the worst places to make emotional decisions, because the market gives you another opportunity every few seconds, another candle, another setup, another entry, and when you are angry, every single one of them start looking like your chance to recover. That's it, the trap. You don't need to another trade, you just need to stop trading. It always looks the same: loss, enter bigger positions, loss again, now you are chasing. One loss becomes three, three becomes an account reset. The scary part, you don't even feel the fear anymore. You just feel the need to win. That's how market traps you. It makes you think another trade is the fix. It never is. And the cycle becomes even worse when you increase your position size, and maybe you normally risk a small amount, but after losing suddenly that amount does not feel big enough. You think if I double my positions I can recover faster. That's the exact mindset that turns a normal losing trade into a serious problem. Because now you are not asking whether the setup is good, you are asking how much money you need to make. And those are completely different questions. A professional trader thinks about the opportunity, a revenge trader thinks about the previous loss. That's the difference. The previous trade is already finished. You cannot change it back. You cannot go back and close it differently. You cannot negotiate it with market. The only thing you can control is what happens next. And sometimes the best trade you can take is no trade at all. Here is what professionals do instead. They don't ask how do I get it back, they ask what did I learn. A loss is a tuition. Revenge trading is dropping out of the school. Every losing trade is data, but only if you are calm enough to read it. So the move is simple: when you feel that fire after a loss, so close the app, walk away, come back tomorrow. And when you come back, don't immediately look for another entry. Look at the trade you lost. Ask yourself, did I follow my plan? Was the risk is acceptable? Did I enter because of my setup or because I wanted to recover? That last question matters, because sometimes the trade was not even bad. Sometimes you simply lost, and that's something every trader has to accept. You can make a completely reasonable decision and still get the wrong outcome. That's trading. You don't control the outcome of a single trade, you control your process. And once you understand that, losing stops feeling like an attack on your ego. It becomes information. So with that, here are 3 rules to break the cycles. Rule 1. One loss, you are done for the day. No exceptions. Rule 2. Never size up after a loss ever. Rule 3. If you can't explain the trade in one sentence, you are not trading. You are revenge trading. That's it. That's the whole protocol. And you can make these rules even stronger by writing them down before you trade. Because discipline is easier when the decision has already been made. Don't wait until you are emotional to decide what discipline should look like. Decide before the market tests you. If the rule says you are done after a one loss, then you are done. Not because of you are scared, because you respect your system. And if you break your own rules every time you are emotional, then they are not really rules, they are suggestions. And the market does not reward suggestions. It rewards consistency. You don't need to win every trade, you just need to stop turning one bad trade into 5 bad decisions. That's where the real damage happens. One loss is a part of a trading, a chain reaction is a choice. Revenge trading is not a strategy problem, it is a self-mastery problem. That's exactly why it belongs to on this channel. The market will always test your discipline. Your job is not to flinch, master yourself first. The profit will follow the person. Because here the uncomfortable truth, you can have the best strategy, you can have the best indicators, you can have the perfect entries, but if you can't control yourself after a loss, none of it matters. The market does not need to destroy your account. You can do that yourself by refusing to accept one small loss. So the next time you take a loss, don't immediately open another position. Stop, breathe, close the chart, ask yourself what happened. Then decide whether you actually have to another setup or whether you are just trying to get even. There is a massive difference between the two. One is trading, the other is revenge. And if you can learn to recognize that difference in real time, you are already becoming a better trader. Not because you learn another strategy, but because you learn how to control the person executing it. That's the real age. Master yourself first, then master the market.